So it's pretty easy for us to like hop in the car and go. We also bought a minivan. Shout out to the Honda Odyssey Club.
Cheers.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Moms Off Script. I'm Meg.
And I'm Mere.
And traveling.
Traveling.
With all of the holidays coming up, we want to touch on traveling. It's such a tricky topic, and traveling with toddlers, traveling with kids.
Traveling by yourself.
Yeah, like it's all tricky. So we're going to get into a little solo travel, a little family travel. But before we dive in, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I just came back for some travel, which we'll talk about today. So I am feeling refreshed. I'm feeling rejuvenated.
Yeah.
I am in that place. So I'll say it's clearly it was solo travel if I'm feeling fresh and rejuvenated.
Yes.
But I'm in that place where I'm just like so grateful to be back in my routine and in my own house and with my kids that like I feel like I'm momming extra well. So that feels really nice because I just got back like 2 days ago. So
you're having a remote week this week, right?
I am. I was in the office today because we had an all-employee meeting and my boss's boss was in the office and she never is. So I wanted to show my face.
Yep.
But other than that, I am remote this week.
That's
so it's
nice.
been nice.
Yeah.
Nice ease back into the work week.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm good. I mean, I feel like I'm in the lull before the holiday season. We had a lot of busyness going on, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then we've had like about a week and a half, 2 weeks of like lull.
Yeah. Buckle in because here it comes.
I know. We have a couple of slow weeks and we have another nice weekend of chill. We have a couple things going on, but like really kind of the lull.
Yeah.
Because my daughter's birthday is the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So we go Thanksgiving, Christmas, family Christmas, our Christmas, all the things, and the New Year's. And it's just so like the next, I don't know, 6 weeks after
gonna
this
be
weekend.
It's
going to be a ride.
We also need to address for our listeners that are not watching us, actually, the fact that both of us have changed our hair since in like the last week.
We have done that. We got our holiday hair on.
Holiday hair. Yeah. Meg has bangs now. My hair is darker.
Dark brunette now.
We're rocking it. So that's a good incentive to go check out the socials.
I told my hairdresser, I said, I was like, can you cut bangs? And she was like, I'll do it if you really want. And I was like, yeah, let's just
You're
do
like,
it.
I'm not in an emotional place where I'm like, get me bangs.
No, I feel like anytime you see me change my hair drastically, I'm probably in an emotional place and don't care. I said, I just want them for like 6 weeks and then I'll grow out. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about travel. I just came back from travel. You recently also had some solo travel.
I did recently have a solo trip.
Talk about that trip and where you were and where you went.
So I was in California for the first time ever. Never been to California. Never actually even been to the West Coast in the States. So I'd been as far as the Grand Canyon, Arizona, Colorado.
Okay, so you were west, but not the West Coast.
Correct. I've never been on the West Coast.
Okay.
I have been to Vancouver. So I have been to the West Coast, just not in the States.
Gotcha.
So there's my little asterisk there.
Okay.
Went by myself. I had a wedding. I am one of 17 cousins. So I had one of my cousins was getting married out there, and we kind of looked at the school calendar and our calendars and everything that we had going on this year. And it was a priority for me.
Yeah.
And we just decided financially and with the kids and adding childcare on top of it that I would just go on this trip.
Yeah. It's a lot to do a trip like that, like across the country trip with 2 kids, like young kids.
Yeah. And it was not, I mean, obviously would I want my husband and kids there 100%.
Yeah.
But it was a trip that I could do by myself.
Yeah.
And I was excited to go. So I didn't want to not go, and I didn't want to not support my family and like be at a big family wedding.
Yeah. Beside the wedding itself, what was the highlight of the trip for you?
The highlight of my trip was running the Golden Gate Bridge.
I love that.
Yeah, it was really fun. It got up nice and early before our daily activity is went and ran the Golden Gate Bridge with my brother-in-law.
Things
So
I would never do,
yeah,
but I'm proud of you.
it was really fun. It was beautiful. It wasn't foggy, which is
Oh,
like
that's
really cool. We
rare,
had a nice
right?
clear morning
Mm-hmm.
to do that. So yeah, and it was nice to get my workout in, get my fitness in.
Yeah. Good for you. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, talk about you just came back like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I just came back. So I had a bachelorette in
Okay.
Texas,
Yeah.
and it was my first time in Texas,
Okay.
similar to your first time on the West Coast. And it was a ton of fun. So it was
Okay.
a group of 9 of us. We were there for 4 days.
Wow.
And obviously, I went by myself. I wasn't bringing my kids on a bachelorette party.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Um,
you could have brought your husband to like tag along and do other things
yeah,
with
but
the
then we would have to
kids.
figure out, well, yeah, no, that would be, we'll get into this, but travel for me is a huge stressor and very anxiety inducing for me. So the stress of going and then also worrying about like getting the kids there, but
Yeah.
not getting to spend time with the kids and are they okay? And but that would have been like truly nightmarish for me. So although it was very stressful for me to travel by myself and I was very anxious most of the time that I was there, I was still able to enjoy myself. And like I said, I came back very refreshed and very happy to be home. So it was a wonderful trip.
Awesome.
And any anxiety was like my own hangups. It was not related to like anything going on. The trip was amazing and it was so fun. And we went to wineries and we went to a gay bar and a drag show and like just had an absolute blast with some really wonderful people.
I
So
love that.
yeah.
So, what was the highlight, one big highlight for you of the trip?
The highlight for me was the wine tour. Specifically, the first vineyard we went to had a wine tasting where each wine was paired with a chocolate truffle, like specifically for that
Ooh, and it was like a
wine.
whole truffle.
Yeah. I know I shared the truffles. Me and my girlfriend decided like let's get the truffle tasting, but we're gonna cut each one in half because I
Okay.
was like I don't need 6 truffles at noon, right?
Oh, I
Along with
do.
my glasses of wine.
Ugh, I need
I was like,
6 truffles right now.
I was like, I want a bite with each glass, like to sample the, the flavor notes and how they complement each other. But I didn't want to have more than one bite. So we split them and it was perfection. It was
That sounds
so good.
absolutely
It
incredible.
was so great. And that was our first stop. And we had 2 more wineries after that. It was just such a nice day. And it was beautiful, like weather wise in Texas.
Hmm.
So I had a blast. It was
Great.
great. And
That's
travel was mostly smooth. We had one delay, but that was, considering the state of flying over the last couple of weeks,
yeah.
it could have been way worse.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Okay, so you obviously flew then to Texas.
yes.
And you were gone for 4 days.
Yes.
What was kind of the process that you and your husband went through to decide like you could go on this trip or like you wanted to go on this trip and
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, like okay
Yeah.
for mom to leave for a
Yeah.
4 day period?
And I like the way you phrased that because, and you said like for lack of a better term, because obviously it's not like, well, can I please go? Like that's not the dynamic, but
Right.
recognizing that I am a member of this family and contribute to the family and me being gone for 4 days means something for my husband and my kids and wanting to make sure that we're coordinating that and that we're all in agreement,
Mm-hmm.
that logistically how we're going to handle it. So thank you for phrasing it that way. For this one, we had a lot of heads up about the bachelorette in terms of the timing and the location. So it's been on my radar for a while. This is one of my best friends. I'm in her wedding. And I let my husband know, like, listen, this is a priority for me. I really do want to go on this. I'll be mindful of getting there, as late as I can and leaving as early as I can to make sure that I'm minimizing the impact on the family. But to the extent that we can accommodate me going, I would really like to go. And he was understanding of that.
Yeah.
I'm not a traveler. Like this will be the theme. Like I do like to travel. Like once I'm wherever I am, I do try to make the most of it, but it is a huge stressor for me. So I am not one who's asking every other day, like, oh, can I go here? Can I go here? Can I go here?
Right.
It's a big deal for me to travel. So when I'm like, hey, I need to travel, I want to travel, this is important to me, he does understand, that I'm not asking every day and let's try and make it work for
Yeah,
something
for
like
sure.
this. So
For
that's
sure.
how we got there. But what
Okay.
about you? I feel like my default approach is always like, no, I can't do it. Like when someone asks me like, do you want to do this? I'm always like, no. That's
Yeah.
my initial reaction. And then I'll tell my husband about it and he'll be like, well, why? Like you could maybe
Yeah.
do that if you want. And I'm like, no, I couldn't. So like
That's so funny.
my default is no because it is a stressor for me and I always feel I struggle with the mom guilt. I struggle
Yeah.
with, oh, I can't be away. That's a lot on you. And I think we do a good job of balancing out that instinct in me by him being like, well, wait a second, let's talk that through. So
Right.
good on me for this time,
Yeah,
not
for sure.
starting from no.
I also think like in your case, like bachelorettes can be tricky.
Mm.
And like you said, you did have a lot of time to like work through knowing that this was coming.
Yeah.
When you're in someone's wedding, there is kind of that expectation of like, I'm also going to be going to a
And the
bachelorette
shower
party
and,
the
you know, the
and like you're
things.
going to do the things. So I think like that's really important as
Yeah.
far as like working with your partner and like working with
Yeah.
childcare and figuring out like the timing of everything.
Yeah.
I also think there's something to say about like communicating with the bride or communicating with whoever's
Yes.
wedding you're in and just saying like, yeah, I do want to do this commitment, but I might not be able to be at
Yeah.
everything. And
Here's
I
my
think that's kind
restrictions.
of like another piece with traveling as a member of a bridal party.
That's so true. And I want to shout out the maid of honor who did a really good job and was really mindful of checking in with me to be like, hey, I know you're going to be eager to get home. What's your travel plan? What day are you leaving? I was planning to do this on this day, but if you're leaving on that day, we'll do it the day before. So I really appreciated the attention to the fact that, and I wasn't the only mom on the trip, which is nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm the only mom and I'm like, oh my God. But I appreciated the attention to the fact that I was going to be eager to get home. I was excited to be there and participate and enjoy my time there. But on the flip side, like when it was time to go home, I was going to be like ready to go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you did ask me about my,
yeah.
how I got to be able to go on my trip.
Mm-hmm.
As I said at the top of the episode, this was a family wedding. I come from a big family. I'm on the older end of the family, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get into like everybody's going to get married over the next, 1 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, going to the weddings of my cousins, I'm very close with all my cousins,
Yeah.
so I want to be there, and I want to
Yeah.
be there to help support and enjoy their wedding or whatever that is for them. So when we got to save the date, like it was a no-brainer that we were going. It came along with a couple other weddings and festivities, and we did have to kind of sit down and say like, we're not doing all of it.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm going to all of what I can do because it's my cousins, right? And I just said I'm going.
Has there ever been anything where you had to say no because of being a mother or just the phase that you were in and it wasn't going to happen?
I don't know. Let me think.
Because that's definitely happened to me.
As far as like family stuff or just in general?
No, family stuff. Like one of my cousins got married and my baby was still relatively small and I was like, I just can't do it. It was too much.
I don't think that I've missed a family wedding
Good.
on my mom's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we have only had a few since I've been a mom.
Yeah.
So I really haven't.
You've
had
always
to
made
say
it work,
much.
though.
I've always made it work.
Good for you. I have a lot of admiration for this. And this, again, stems from this place of where I'm always like, no, I can't possibly. So whenever I see someone who's like making it work and bringing their baby somewhere and doing the things, I'm always just like, wow, that is amazing. I could never, but good for you.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the things that my husband values in me or like saw in me when we were dating is my desire to be a part of my big family, right? Like I think like he understands that my family is a big piece of my value system and that comes along with it all.
Yeah.
Like he's getting me plus, right? Which, some
it's a package deal.
Yeah, it's exactly. And so I never felt guilty for asking because I think that's the other piece. So I do get the mom guilt when it comes to doing things or like going places. But for this trip specifically, or for any trip really, like I won't ask unless I know that his answer should be yes. Or like I don't ask.
You're not being unreasonable.
I'm not being unreasonable, and two, I'm not asking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I am open to the conversation. I want to talk it through. I want to figure out how we can logistically make it work. But like this is something I want to do.
Yeah.
This is something I'm going to do unless there is a valid argument to why I can't.
You're not going, can I go to the wedding? You're saying I'm going to this wedding, so how do we work together to make it happen?
Yeah. Or I'm going to go to this wedding. If you want to counter argue that, like I'm happy to sit down and talk through it.
Yeah.
Right. And then if it comes to the point where like we can't afford it or like he has a work trip or anything like that, conflict. Or like there's a conflict, then I make it work.
You deal with it.
Yeah. And I'm happy. I like having those conversations because I think that's kind of where our communication is really strong and wise. So
nice. So we've talked about solo travel, the chances that we've had to go places just as ourselves,
Yeah.
but especially with the holidays coming up, we know we have a lot of family travel planned. A lot of folks
Ooh.
have a lot of family travel planned. Talk to me about family travel. What do you know, how do you approach it? Do you do a lot of travel with your whole family?
So I would say no, but I think people would look at us and say that we do.
You totally do.
Yeah. Because
Although everyone does compared to us, but
yeah, well, I think because we do a lot of like what I consider to be local travel,
hmm
but we do put our family in the car and go places
yeah.
often.
Yeah.
My mom lives 2.5 hours on a good day away. My in-laws are only 5 hours away. So it's pretty easy for us to like hop in the car and go. We also bought a minivan. Shout out to the Honda Odyssey Club. But yeah, so I think we do travel often as a family, and we've kind of, I mean, obviously like the kids change and like nap schedules change and all the things, but we've
hmm
kind of really worked through it and like have a pretty good science down for it for our
I'm
little
so
little
impressed by that.
crew.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by your ability to kind of I was gonna say manage that, but it's not. It's that and your ability to just kind of be like go with the flow. Like we're gonna go, and naps might be messed up, but we're going, and we're gonna make the memories, and like
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So it sounds like per this conversation, you guys don't do much travel.
We don't. We have traveled. We have done really nice family trips. Um, oh yeah, my son has been on a plane twice for trips.
Okay.
My daughter hasn't been on a plane yet, but that is also because she's not the same human as my son, who did a pretty good job on the plane both times. I think she'd be a little crazy on a plane. So we don't do as much, but I think a lot of that is because my husband and I are both of the mindset that when we travel with our kids, we want to make memories with them, and especially when they're young, it doesn't feel like the time to do a big like a Disney trip when they're, maybe my daughter wouldn't remember it right now and it's expensive and all that. Like I want to do that when they're a little bit older, when I'm not changing diapers, when I don't have to pack a pack and play
Yeah.
because they're out of their cribs, right? Like I think it's really important and I highly value traveling with my kids and giving them those experiences. I would love to travel with my kids more than I traveled as a
Mhm.
kid. Just I want them to be a little older to do it so
Yeah.
that it's not an enormous stressor, or maybe not as much of a stressor as it is right now. For me right now, when I think about going somewhere, it's like, oh my God, I got to pack diapers. I got to do the pack and play. I got to get the sound machine. I got to get the the baby monitor, and like, where are we staying and who is where? And will we have somewhere for the kids to nap? And it's just a mountain of why
Right.
we shouldn't do it. And I'm hoping that when they get a little older, like 6 and 8 age range,
Yeah.
it'll be a lot easier to be like, let's hop on a plane and go on a trip
Yeah.
and like have an adventure and go somewhere where it's not so much of a logistical effort.
Right. It's so funny to hear you say that, or interesting to hear you say that,
Mm.
because I feel exactly the same about some things and like completely not exactly the same.
Yeah,
Like
so
like
talk
almost
about
I
it.
almost like disagree, right?
Yeah.
Um the whole Disney thing, like not happening. So
I want to do
I'm with
Disney
you on that. I
eventually.
don't care. I mean, I do want to do
You
Disney.
got to do it
I would
eventually.
love to do Disney with my kids, maybe once or
Have
twice.
you been to Disney?
I have,
Okay, so
yes,
yeah.
yeah, I've been twice. Have
But
you?
yes, I've been a couple times.
Yeah,
When I went as a kid, I was like 10, that was like my first Disney
I
trip.
think I was 9 and then I
Yeah.
was 18.
Yeah.
So we did do it twice. If we never do Disney, I'm not going to be upset about it.
Fair.
So I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
But as far as the like age thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think I agree with the like wanting to make memories like notion there, but I think for me like there's also like a joy of motherhood and a joy of parenting that comes with watching my kids and their excitement and doing
Oh,
things.
yes, I agree with that.
And every time we get in the car and we drive to Brooklyn, like they're seeing something new out the window and getting excited about it,
Mm.
and they're learning, and we walk into my mom's house, and every time we pull down her street, we're on Honey Street,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that like that, being able to see my kids have these joyous moments which they may not remember, is so like it just
You remember
grows my
them.
heart. I remember them.
Yeah.
They're memories for me to hold on to, and
Mm.
they're moments of joy that we can share as a family. And I
Yeah.
think that's like something that's so important to me. Where did we go? Just the other, we went to Target the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We were the four of us were walking around Target. We were not planning to buy anything. We needed lettuce. So we went and got lettuce and then walked around the toy aisle. And it's just so joyous for them to like see things and get excited. And that for me is like why it is so important to travel at
Yeah.
this age. I also think, to your point of like having to get the pack and play and the sound machine and this and the that and the diapers and
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. At least in our house, I think doing all of that preps us for that when they're 8, when they're 9, when they're 10, of like, we're already doing all this thing. We already in the move, because there's always going to be stuff.
Yeah, there's always stuff.
And I don't know that we're going to be hopping on planes. And I think that could be like the difference between what we're visualizing as travel for our families.
Yeah.
Is like, I don't think we're going to have an annual, like, let's get on a plane and go somewhere for a week. Like,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know that that's something that's in our future that we value as travel.
Yeah.
Right. But we are
The
gonna
little trips,
the little
here and
trips.
there.
And
Yeah.
for me, I enjoy driving.
Yeah, I like driving too. Not super long distances.
I don't mind long distances. We went to a wedding in September, and it was 10 hours away. And
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. With your kids?
My in-laws were halfway, so we drove the
So you
5
still did
hours.
5 hours
We
with
did
your
5 hours
kids.
with the kids, dropped them off, drove the other 5 hours, did the wedding, did all the things, drove 5 hours back to my in-laws, and drove home.
Oh no,
And
not
that
for
was a
me.
Friday to Monday.
Not for me.
Not even. Yeah, it was a Friday to Monday.
Respect, but not for me.
And that was enjoyable for me. Like, it
Yeah.
was stressful,
Yeah.
but I found joy
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
it. And my kids got to spend a weekend with their grandparents by
Mhm.
themselves, and we got to go do our thing.
Amazing.
I have a lot of value in like hopping in the car and going to do
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I mean, we've been down to DC in the car. We've done a bunch of other like weekend trips that we've been able to do. I think we're going to the Poconos in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we are on the like, let's do an annual trip spectrum, right? Like the last couple of years we've done like a week away with the kids. Both times it's been within driving distance, which for us is like 2 hours max, right?
When
so
it's
like
so funny when I think it's really funny when we talk about your like week trips or your like 4-day trips, which are like where you've gone for those are places that I would go in a day trip.
In a day, yeah. And like, I'm like, no. If we are going 2 hours away, we are staying for a week, right?
I literally talked to my husband the other day, and I was like, our daughter's birthday's coming up. I want to go to this place. It's 2.5 hours. It's an hour and 45 minutes away. Like, this is what we're gonna do. We're doing it, and it's like we're literally gonna go to a zoo.
Is it? Oh, I probably know what you're talking about, but yeah.
I mean, you want to come with us?
Not 2 hours away for a day.
It's not even a day. It's literally from like 5 to 7.
I'm laughing. Oh my God. I'm laughing a little because as I'm saying, like, oh my God, I would never do that, like a day trip there and back. I am actually planning this weekend to do a day trip with my daughter, 2 hours away, 2 hours back in a day. But that is a extenuating circumstance because we're surprising my sister for her last football game at my alma mater. So that's like a special circumstance. And like, even my son is like, can I come? And I'm like, I don't know, bud. Like, if you want to, you can. But I'm just like being very clear. I'm like, it's going to be 4 hours in the car. And he gets a little tummy troubles if he's watching a screen for too long in the car. So like that to me, I'm like, look at me doing my day trip there and back. And like, that's very unusual for us. If we're driving somewhere more than a couple of hours away, like that is a trip and we're staying there for an extended period because it's, to me, it's not worth the stress to go somewhere that far, be there for a short period of time and then go back.
It sounds like we've both done a little bit of family travel.
Yeah.
What travel might mean to us might mean a little bit different.
Yeah.
But we've both put our kids in the car, put our kids on an airplane.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We've both.
We
done
just
the
have
thing.
different, I think, approaches to like what how maybe frequency and intensity of travel.
Yeah.
Is that a way to put it?
Okay, so talk to me about when you get in the car, when you travel, what time of day are you traveling? Are you even worried about it?
Oh yeah.
And what do car activities look like? You have 2 kids, 2 toddlers.
Yes.
Give me the kind of logistics on what happens in the car.
This is great because when this episode comes out, we will probably be in the car for our holiday travel going about 2 hours away. We will be leaving at nap time for my daughter. So we'll be hoping she sleeps most of the way in the car. As far as car activities, we do screens in the car.
Yep.
My son does get a little bellyache if he's just too much screen in the car. So we try to limit it a little bit, but we love audiobooks in the car.
Yep.
So there's like Spotify playlists of like kid stories, and we just put that on. We're also super into the Grinch right now because of the holidays, and there's like the audio version of the Grinch that they both love. So we do a lot of listening to books, music. We will whip out the screens
Yep.
and hope that they sleep a fair amount.
Yeah.
That's the game plan.
Will your son still sleep in the car?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. With that time of day, leaving at midday, probably not. Maybe on the way home after like an exhausting couple of days
Right.
of all of that. He has fallen asleep in the car lately only if it's like 3-4 o'clock
Okay.
for like a little cat nap.
Yeah.
But yeah, he probably will not sleep in the car.
Okay.
I'm praying my daughter sleeps for more than an hour.
Now, from a logistical standpoint, who drives? Who's the passenger?
I tend to drive.
Okay.
Because surprising no one, I'm a control freak and I like to
Really?
be and I like to be in control of the car. Joey is a great backseat manager, which that's what we call the passenger. You're the backseat management role. And he will handle, handing snacks back. I dropped this thing. Can you get it? The iPad stopped. I need the next episode, whatever that stuff is. We're both good at that. And we're both comfortable with it. So
Yeah.
usually we split half and half, but on the way to where we're going, I like to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
So we also do a lot of the similar stuff.
Mhm.
We don't have handheld screens. We did, like I said, just get the minivan. So just in the last like 2 months have we allowed them to watch movies on
Oh,
the
so
like
cool.
center console television.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm pretty like, I don't want to say I'm anti watching movies on trips. I'm very big on like it has to be a long trip.
Yeah.
And so like a 5-hour trip absolutely warrants a movie.
Yeah.
A 2-hour, 2.5-hour trip, like,
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd be
yeah,
like, let's go for a little while, see how you do. Maybe put on a couple episodes of Pokemon. Yeah.
yeah. The screens are definitely used for me when it's a longer trip.
Yeah.
I hesitate to put them on right away.
Right.
I also feel as though if we put them on right away, it's a slippery slope into like a 20-minute drive, being able to get your screen in the car.
Yes. Well, isn't that the worst when you've done a long drive and they've gotten screens, and then the next time you're doing like a normal drive, they're like, can I do that? And you're like, no. And they're like, why? Last time?
Yes.
The worst.
Yeah, and we've really, really set that precedent about like the TV's
we have
the
two.
TV does not come down out of the ceiling unless
It's a long drive.
it's a long drive.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
We do schedule our trips around my daughter's nap time. She
Mhm.
does still nap in the car.
You guys do some like nighttime travel too,
and
though.
we do nighttime travel.
Like leave at bedtime.
We will leave at bedtime, which I think has been really clutch for us.
I don't think we've ever done that.
It's nice because like they both will sleep.
Yeah. That's
right.
Nice.
And
is the transfer when you get there okay?
So when they were infants, the transfer
Piece
was
of cake.
So great.
Yeah.
As they have gotten a little bit older, it's a little trickier.
Mm.
It really depends on what their day was like and where they are in their sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
And if they're really tired, they will transfer fine. If they're not, they recognize that it's bedtime.
Yeah.
If we're traveling at night, we typically put their pajamas on them.
Yeah.
And we talked about this in the potty training episode. Both my kids still sleep in diapers. It depends on kind of where we're traveling and the length in which they're in their pajamas, whether we put them in diapers or not. But if we're looking for a smooth transfer, like we will put the diapers on them and hope for the best, but it's never bad if they don't transfer well. It's just like
you just have some uptime and you've got to like kind of reset
them and get them back down.
Yeah.
So yeah, we typically will put them in their pajamas, or we'll make a potty stop right before they should fall asleep and then stick them in their pajamas. So that has been really helpful for us with our travels, especially some of the longer drives. Like when we're going 5 hours, it's nice to just like get in the car, let them go to sleep and not have to worry about what they're doing or if they're on too many screens or keeping them busy. Other activities that we do in the car, same as your stories, app or Spotify has a fantastic playlist of all the Disney stories, which are literally the stories that the Tonys read.
Perfect.
So it's the same exact audio voice that are on the Tonys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's literally their same recording.
Amazing.
So the kids listen to those. They are really big on listening to music in cars, and they're really big on taking turns. Very big on taking turns.
Like picking the song, you mean?
Yes. So my son will pick a song, my daughter will pick a song, my husband will pick a song, I'll pick a song. And they rotate, and they're like into a really good rotation. So they've now transferred that into the stories where like we'll listen to a 15 to 20 minute story, and then it's someone else's turn to pick the next story. And they're not bad about it.
Have you
There's
done,
that.
do you have tricks for flying? Have you done any flying with yours?
We have done flying with both of them. We did it last summer, so they were a little bit younger.
Okay.
And we did both when they both flew when they were infants. With my son, the three of us flew together. With my daughter, it was just me. When they're infants, obviously you can't plan this, but the ability to be able to nurse them or bottle
Mm,
feed them on the flight, super helpful. I also want to come back to your point about your daughter being too crazy to get on a plane.
I just can't see her sitting for that long. She can't even sit at the dinner table for more than 5 minutes.
And what I want to tell you is I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
But a plane is public transportation, period.
Yeah.
Stop. No questions asked.
Yeah.
And while I recognize that that's an anxiety that you have,
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to like challenge
Get on a
that.
plane tomorrow.
Right. I'm by no means asking you to challenge that. But what I'm saying is everyone else can like get over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And for those of you who are anxious about like flying with a kid and you have to do it, like it is
It'll be
public
okay.
transportation. One, it will be okay. And two, like if your kid is crying the whole time, like everyone else can kind of get over it. There are plenty of other parents.
Mm,
There's grandparents on that flight. They get it.
yeah.
I actually don't think I've ever been on a flight where I've had people be nasty to me about a kid.
Literally
Like,
the opposite. Like when we flew with our son, everyone was so nice.
yes.
Like I know I'm sitting here being like, oh my God, I can't do it. I'm so anxious. Da, 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 da. But the 2 times we flew with him, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Everyone was so kind. There were no problems. He did great. It's me. I'm the one who's stressed.
Oh yeah, when I flew with my daughter, I remember our flight was delayed. Our connection flight was delayed. I couldn't. She was so hungry. I couldn't like save the feeding to the plane as I was like trying to plan
Mm-hmm.
for. And I just remember being in the airport like sobbing because I was afraid that everyone else was like judging me for being a bad mom or like
Mm-hmm.
judging my kid for like being crazy and
Crying.
crying. But like it was exactly that. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
very,
fine.
very, very supportive.
Yeah.
So um
So you can do it. That's the moral story. If I can fly on a plane with a kid, anybody can. Truly.
yes. That yes. And so holidays are coming up.
Holidays are coming up.
Holidays are coming up. There's a lot of travel that people are doing. You've traveled to see family for holidays.
We have, and actually, I'm reflecting now in this moment. So almost every year we've gone up to see, we have some family in upstate New York. We've gone up to see them the day after Christmas.
Yep.
And we've done that even with our kids. And this was the first year we're not doing it
Okay.
because last year it was such a stressor.
Yeah.
Because it was a one night, we drove up, we stayed for one night, and we drove back.
Yeah.
And I looked at my husband, I was like, we can't do this again.
Yeah.
It was so stressful for us. The kids were exhausted.
Yeah.
They weren't able to like socialize and enjoy time with the family because they were so tired from driving that day.
Right.
And the next morning we just like turned around and went home. I was like, this isn't productive. It was so stressful. It wasn't a good visit for the kids to see anyone. They were like asleep on the couch at our family's house. So we said for the first time this year, like we're going to go up and see everyone, but we're going to do it after the holidays. We're going to stay for, again, an extended time. We're not going to go up for one night. Like we're going to go for a few days and really get a good visit in. So this will be the first time we're not going up there after Christmas. And we have Thanksgiving travel, but we won't have Christmas travel this year.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to get into of like, as we're traveling for the holidays and like thinking about the age of our kids and kind of what family activities are going on, like there are added stressors that are not necessarily controllable. Right. We can't always control everything and we can't always predict what's going to happen. I do like that idea of like you're gonna go on a family trip another time. So that's something that we have started to do in our family. Is like that holiday, like the December holiday. We celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas has kind of always been our family holiday with me and my siblings and my parents. But we've started doing that like 2 or 3 weeks early for the past since my daughter was born. We've done it early because then our kids can all be in their respective homes for
like Christmas
the holiday.
Day. Yeah.
And so that I feel like is a really good strategy. I'm interested to see kind of how that plays out
Me
over
too.
the next like 10 years as our kids get older and as my brothers start to have families and kind of see where that takes us. We have, I have siblings that don't live near us right now. So like that's an added factor. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how that plays out. And I think the big takeaway from this is like recognizing that what's best for your family, like your immediate nuclear family, might not be like what everybody wants of you.
Ooh,
But you
tough
have
one.
to find this boundary of like,
Yeah.
what is best for my nuclear family, the four of us?
Yeah.
How can we make the holiday special for the four of us and be inclusive with the rest of our family and find new ways to have traditions and travel?
So true.
So,
you know what we're doing for the first time this year, though?
what are you doing for the first time?
We are going to be staying in a hotel, all four of us, and we are not bringing a crib or a pack and play, which we've never done.
That's amazing. We have done that. So what does the layout look like there?
It's going to be 2 queen beds. So the plan is like I'll sleep with my daughter and my husband will sleep with my son. They're 2 and 4 now, so that'll be fine. And we're kind of already pitching it to them. It's like, we're having a sleepover. We get to sleep in the same bed, because like we don't do that at home, obviously.
Right.
So I'm excited to kind of bridge that milestone, and excited for the decrease in logistics of like, okay, I'm not bringing the baby monitor. I'm not bringing the pack and play. I'm not bringing the sound machine and the sleep sacks and the freaking, what is that thing called? The blackout tent? Slumber pod.
See, I don't do blackout curtains.
Oh my God. The slumber pod saved my life on several trips. Loved that thing when I had a baby. But now that we don't need to bring it anymore, I'm like, oh, thank God, one less thing.
I have 2 funny notes. Well, not funny notes. I have 1 funny anecdote and then
a response.
Yeah, I have 1 funny note and then a response.
Yeah.
One time my son was in a pack and play, and there was not a ton of room. My daughter hadn't been born yet. He slept in the bathroom.
Yep, we've done that.
In the pack and play.
We actually did that in our house when we were doing renovations in the room.
Oh, yeah.
We put her pack and play in the bathroom.
Yeah.
In the slumber pod.
In the slumber pod. That slumber pod if you need it. That's not a plug. Slumber pod does not sponsor us. But if you want to. My response is, I think that's really interesting, because I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
What?
Your sleep setup.
Oh, yes.
And not necessarily your sleep setup. Our sleep setup, because that's exactly what we do. And I feel like we have had this conversation a few times.
I probably yanked it from you. You're like, this is how we do it.
That's what worked for us.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really fun, because it is that idea of like a sleepover.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that we don't usually get to do.
Yeah.
And they love it. And it also makes me feel a little bit safer, that like each parent is kind of like
with one
overseeing the sleep situation, or like, my daughter still sleeps in a crib, but having her in an open bed,
right? That's where we are too.
Is not really terrifying to me, but just having
you're glad you're
there. Like, I'm glad I'm there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does make going to bed a little bit more challenging, and it does make the evening, like, being able to enjoy each other's company a little bit more challenging.
I'm just gonna write that off and be like, we're not gonna get to.
And that's exactly
we'll
it.
Just bring
it's
our
like
books.
Like,
Kindle.
To your point, like traveling with younger kids, like the memory making is different. And
it's a trade-off.
The purpose of travel and the reason we're traveling and the reason we're doing these things is a little bit different. And that'll come back eventually. Like, eventually you'll be able to go hang out while your kids are, in their
or you
room.
get like the adjoining rooms, and like they're going to bed and we're in the other room. Yeah.
Right.
Completely.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do the lightning round?
Let's do it.
I gotta say, I like this one.
Well, you wrote it, so of course you like it. We'll see how I feel about it in a few minutes.
All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Solo or family travel?
Family.
Travel overnight or during the day?
Oh, it depends on where we're going. Overnight.
Long trips or weekend getaways?
Weekend getaways.
Domestic or international?
Domestic.
Driving or flying?
Driving.
Hotel or Airbnb?
Hotel.
Tourist or local experience?
Tourist.
Scheduled itinerary or spontaneous?
Combo.
Cheater. Annual trip to same place or explore somewhere new?
Let's explore somewhere new.
Favorite trip you've ever taken?
Probably ever
in your life.
Ever in my life?
Yeah.
Oh God. See, you stump me every time.
Gotcha.
You always get me one. That's not a lightning round question.
Yes, it is. My answer would be Italy. Done. Dream destination with your partner?
Italy.
Dream destination with your family?
Italy.
Now you're really cheating.
No. Dream destination with my family is probably somewhere in California.
Yeah?
I mean, or actually, that's not true. Dream destination with my family is probably right now like the Grand Canyon or
that'd be cool.
Like national park, like a big one.
That'd be cool. I think mine right now was the Wizarding World in Florida. I cannot wait to take my children there.
Is that the Harry Potter world? Yeah,
Yes.
I got nothing there.
Cannot wait. They need
Yeah.
to read the books first, so hold their horses.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm excited to take
See,
them.
you stumped me.
I got you. I told you it was a good one.
It's not about stumping me.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I think that brings us to a close for today.
Yeah, so enjoy your holiday. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this episode is dropping that Tuesday before Thanksgiving. There will not be a Thanksgiving drop.
Correct.
So enjoy your day.
Enjoy
Don't worry
your
about tuning
food.
in. We're really excited for you to have like whatever that family travel looks like for you, whether it's staying home or doing your thing, getting out of the house. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And we will see you guys on December 4th for our next episode.
Yeah, I think I love that you said like whether you're traveling or not. I feel like that's what I took away from this episode is like if you are someone that is traveling the world with your kid, amazing. If you are someone that is a homebody with your kid, amazing. If you're doing little weekend getaways, amazing. Like do what works for you, as we say in every episode. And we're so glad that you're here and that you tuned in.
Despite all of the conversation about travel that we have, we're actually staying home for Thanksgiving. So
look at that. And we're traveling.
We're gonna be in our house. So
there we go.
Yeah.
If they want to email us and tell us their stories, where do they go?
Yeah, email us at momsoffscript@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram, momsoffscript. You can also catch us on YouTube. And you're listening wherever you get your podcasts. So we can't wait to hear from you. And again, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye. Crushed it.
Nailed it. Moms Off Script is created, designed, filmed, edited, and produced by Megg Abelein and Meredith Finch. Music by Matt Beebe. Photography by Michelle Montineri. Graphic design by Alexia Dulieu, and production consultants Nick DiVasta and Alan DiCicco.